First of all, I'd like to apologize for not being able to attend tonight's event as I had an important prior engagement. But being inducted into the Wisconsin Track and Field Hall of Fame is an incredibly humbling honor that has made me extremely proud from the moment that Jim Stefani told me the incredible news. Thank you very much for deeming my high school track and field career as worthy of joining the impressive and legendary names and faces that already grace the Hall of Fame. Anyone that's able to reach the top of their game will always tell you that this is something that does not happen alone, and my track and field career is no different. You might know me for my exploits on a different field, and if it weren't for the very first person I'm going to mention, you may have never known me as a track athlete at all. His name is Mark McCulnick, and he was my high school offensive line coach, and he was the head track and field coach and throws coach at Brookfield Central High School. For my freshman year at Brookfield Central, Mark was influential in encouraging me to make sure that I came out for the track team because I was tall and strong. Well, part of that's true because I was tall, but I was not very strong. But I was 6'7" at 14, and Mark saw something in me as a thrower that proved to be true. Mark was the perfect throws coach because he had a great knowledge of the throws, but he also approached it from a very anti-football type coaching philosophy. Low pressure and no yelling, and definitely no running. This was much needed because, especially early on in my career, I needed a break from all the yelling and running of football. It was easy to say that the different and laid back approach made me fall in love with track and allowed me to dive into learning everything I could about the sport. And it gave me a passion that allowed me to chase a track and field dream, even into college, where I was playing at Wisconsin on a football scholarship. I was a firm believer in why run and puke when you can eat and throw. And I have to thank Mark for planting that seed and passion in a 14-year-old boy from Brookfield Central. Without that passion, I would have been playing basketball or maybe doing some gardening in the high school spring season. I asked Mark to be here tonight to accept this award on my behalf, but he was unable to because he recently underwent some surgery. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents who encouraged me along the way to stick to being a multi-sport athlete during my high school and college career instead of following the trend of sports specialization. I truly think that it helped me enormously develop into an NFL player by developing my eye for the attention to biomechanical detail and teaching me the minutia of film study of specializing technique. Additionally, the power that I trained and developed that came from the hips was integral in my football career, and I firmly believe that you can't have one without the other. Most of the players that I came to know in my time as an NFL player also were multi-sport athletes, many of them track and field, because that helped them develop speed, explosion, and power. And they've told me the same things. Strength and speed development in track and field was instrumental to the success in their NFL careers. Growing up, we heard, just say no to drugs. Well, that's great. But I've started telling parents of youth athletes, just say no to sports specialization also. Finally, I'll close by saying thank you to my college coaches. Mark Napier was my throws coach, and Ed Nuttycombe was the head coach at Wisconsin. They were not in the picture during my high school career, but they helped deepen my love for this sport, and I remain close friends to this day. Thanks for your attention, and as always, on Wisconsin. Hope you guys have a great night.